What is the one thing people do to stay poor, to not be affluent? That's what we're asked over and over again for our clients. What is the one thing I'm doing that keeps me poor? And it's simple. We're going to talk about it for a few minutes. We'll have people all the time in our financial planning business come to us and say, I can't save any money. I can't save any more money. I'm really at the maximum of what I can save and it's not enough. And I'm concerned about that. Oftentimes upon reflection, we look back and say, what's going on here? We see it's lifestyle creep. We see that everything in their life has increased double the rate of inflation many times, because oftentimes people start to reward themselves over and over again, and it becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy of doom. First of all, food apps. It's the worst thing ever. People used to go to a place called grocery stores. They'd buy their own groceries, bring them home and prepare them. We talk to our clients all the time saying, let's get back to the grocery store. Let's have food apps one night a week. We're going to see savings of hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month. Coffee. The coffee, I like a good cup of coffee as well as the next person. But what's happened is coffee's become a culture. We're seeing people, what's your coffee budget a month? I spend about $300 a month on coffee. Well, if we brewed it at home, we'd spend about $4 a month on coffee. We like four over 300, so it's very important. Children's sports have gone bananas. We see people spending, used to be 3% of their budget. Now they're spending 30% of their budget on children's sports. Golf's another one. As I said, I think I'd like a law to be passed that you can't play golf until you're 63. It destroys financial plans, especially as younger people become more excited about it. We have to make sure that we kind of dial that back and maybe say, how we play golf maybe once every 3 months as opposed to joining a club and wasting all that money. Subscription services. People are subscribing to everything. Wine subscriptions, beer subscriptions, clothing subscriptions. We've even seen people with that. Nobody would buy 6 sweaters a year, but if we're getting a case every week, every month, a new beautiful sweater shows up, hey, this one's pretty good, I'll work in the rotation. Absolutely not. Let's worry. That's creep. That is the definition of lifestyle creep. When someone's sending us clothes we haven't even ordered. How about this? We've seen clients that have classic cars in the garage. Why do I have that in the garage? Well, 17 years from now, I hope to drive this thing around. So I'm going to pour $600, $700, $900 a month into it. Maybe I'll store it off site at a second garage and spend another $500 a month. We see it all the time. Second and third cars for a household. Oftentimes we see this as a real problem. By buying a late model car used, we can save up to 40%. Do we need a third car? Absolutely not. Oftentimes we can use Uber or something else to fill in and supplement that. So we really have to evaluate that. Guns. They're collecting guns at an alarming rate. They like them. They enjoy them. Watches. If I have one more conversation with one of my clients that says I can't save any money, and I look down and there's a watch on their wrist that costs thousands of dollars. So this is all a little bit about creep. Things like buying disposable assets, depreciating assets. I had a client say to me recently, I bought a camper because I didn't want to buy a second home. So they bought a $70,000 camper that they're going to tow around with them. They literally bought a $40,000 truck to tow the $70,000 camper around, and the camper and the truck both are horribly depreciating assets. And then lastly, I think the last thing we see sometimes is home improvements. They drive us bananas. We understand we want to do that new bathroom. We don't need that new bathroom today. Let's put a plan in place to accumulate those assets over 3 years to make it a more responsible purchase. Those are just a couple examples of lifestyle creep. I think when we put it under the microscope, all of us could see places where we can say, get back within reason, take up to 18% out of our budget without even cutting in the bones, and really live in a better financial life. I'm Chris McMahon. If you like what you see, please subscribe.